Yo, what's up, boys and girls? I'm Swolelax, and I'm back at it again with a video. This time something just a little bit different. Today, welcome to the official and definitive Vision Hero tier list. Yes, it is finally time to lay to rest the age-old question, which is how good are the Vision Heroes actually? Now, we're not necessarily going to be ranking them in terms of the other heroes or even other decks inside of Yu-Gi-Oh! In fact, we're just pretty much going to be ranking them solely based on how good they actually are. Once again, this is the only definitive and correct Vision Hero tier list, and every other tier list you'll see on this topic is wrong. So we'll go ahead and jump right into it in just a minute, but before we do that, we are almost at 2,000 subscribers. We are so close, I can taste it. If you guys like this video, if you guys want to see more hero content from your boy, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate all the love and support, and it helps the channel grow. In addition to that, it makes it easier to find these videos on YouTube itself. Make sure you guys hit the bell as well. I'm gonna tell you a little trade secret. If you guys ever miss a live stream, we stream right here on YouTube, then the only way to go back and watch the VODs at the moment, there's no VOD channel, there's no big replay, is to hit that notification that said, oh, Swolelax went live, click. I'll bring you to the stream VOD for as long as it's up. Anyways, with the housekeeping out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the definitive Vision Hero tier list. Now, I know this list is muy pequeño, but we have 12 cards to discuss here. 12, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. Now, I know this list isn't as verbose or as grand as the Elemental Hero tier list, but to be fair, Vision Heroes didn't have 15 years to fill out its support. But sure enough, it is still interesting to talk about, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into it with two cards I think you guys might be noticing as it looks a little bit weird. Apparition and Vision Hero Release. Okay, so these two cards are garbage. I'm putting them in the D tier here, but honestly, without having to mess up the current leveling system of this, I'm going to be I could put them lower. I could put them in absolute why would you play these cards tier. But overall, these two cards do absolutely nothing. They just ultimately hurt the consistency of a hero deck. Even in a pure Vision Hero deck per se, I don't even know if they'd really get played. Maybe Vision Hero Release, but Apparition, I don't even think so. And you guys might not even know what those cards do. They're so unimportant in terms of the grander scope of heroes and even Vision Heroes that they don't even have good scans online. So for that matter, they're going to be the lowest cards on this tier list. Next, we have some good Vision Heroes talking about, starting with Adoration. Adoration is actually going to be inside of B tier. So funny enough, Adoration inside of the grander hero scope is actually pretty solid. I think that this card in particular is probably the best, if not second best, two hero fusion summon at the moment. We have cards like Destiny or Dystopia, which is pretty good, and we also have Sunrise, which is also very solid. And Adoration's pretty good. It has a big body too, so if you're trying to push for OTKs, it's pretty nice. Getting things into the graveyard is really good. Another hero name, obviously, but overall not really anything special. It's got an attack modification effect, which is a very GX era, honestly, but it's cool artwork. It's a cool card. If you're playing like a dark hero version of the deck, then it's also pretty good for that too. Anyways, Ferris is going to be next. Let's talk about Ferris. Ferris, hands down, is S tier. Vision Hero Ferris is probably one of the best cards, maybe even over Vion. It's an extender, it sets up your combo plays, and in addition to that too, even if you don't activate its effect to set a Vision Hero inside its spell and trap zone, it can also just be a general warrior extender. Now, obviously you gain a lot more value by putting those cards in the spell trap zone, but Vision Hero Ferris has a lot of utility, and 1600 attack, pretty good, 1800 defense, not too shabby. It's a very powerful card that can be used in a lot of different ways, and it's a definite 3 inside of any hero deck. Now we have a baseline for almost completely useless. We have a pretty mediocre Vision Hero card, or mediocre, he's an okay Vision Hero card. He could go to A tier, but I think B is probably where he should live. And then we have a phenomenal, amazing Vision Hero and Vision Hero Ferris. But Vision Hero Gravitino is actually going to be B tier. Now, most of you guys might be thinking to yourself, Swolelax, have no clue what any of these other Vision Heroes do besides like 4 of them maximum, maybe 5 of them maximum. I have no clue what this card does. It just kind of looks cool, which I agree. The Big Shield is very reminiscent of Big Shield Gardna and other such classic Yu-Gi-Oh monsters. But with this card in particular, it actually has some more use other than some of the other ones, which has just generic attack modulation. And of course, also synergizes with things like Vision Hero Vion banishing the monster to grab a polymerization. It's pretty solid. It can also help summon out Vision Heroes from your spell and trap zone, which is really nice. Now, I don't necessarily think that's super necessary, and it's just an okay card. In fact, I contemplated teching in this card at just a 1-of inside of my hero deck profiles because I was like, that adding a card from the banished pile is really solid, especially if it's like a Stratos or something. That'd be really cool. But ultimately speaking, I don't necessarily know if this card is going to see a lot of play. It seems like, it's just okay. And if you do play this card, it's going to be, again, like a 1-of. You're going to be able to play that card. You're going to be adding your cards from your Miracle Fusions. Pretty okay card overall, but nothing amazing. Hot take on the next big boy coming in. We have Vision Hero Increase. I'm putting Vision Hero Increase in the B tier section. I actually think this card is a B tier Vision Hero, even comparatively to the other Vision heroes. I know that's kind of weird to say. The reason why I say that is because this card is actually kind of slow. It requires a little too many steps to get going. Now, it is pretty good because it recurs itself from the graveyard. Obviously, if you take battle damage or effect damage, you can place it, and then you can, tribute hero monsters, get summons, send to grave, yada, yada, yada. We all know what this card facilitates. However, unlike Ferris, which is a little bit faster and can also synergize with other decks, this card is almost exclusively played and has to be restricted to just heroes. And on top of that too, again, it's a little slow. It has to activate itself and tribute for cost, so it can get Ghost Ogre, it can get Cosmic Cyclone, Twin Twisters, what have you, Trident even. And on top of that, it summons itself, and then it activates on the summon. If anything gets interrupted in between that time, it's over. This card would be donezo. This card, you have to play it pretty dang well for this to actually get insane value. Now, a lot of people might not necessarily Ash, they might not Imperm, they might not Ghost Ogre, they might not Cosmic Cyclone, they might not Trident, they might not Zeus. Again, like I said, it's just a little bit too slow for me to put it in the A or S tier. It could go to C, except for C is pretty much relegated for the next couple heroes on this list. We have Minimum Ray, Multiply Guy, and Poisoner. Now, Minimum Ray, Multiply Guy, and Poisoner, I think, by the way, have some of the cooler Vision Hero artwork. If we were actually rating these things based off of their artwork alone, these guys might even be A tier, and Poisoner would be S tier. I actually like the design of Poisoner and even Minimum Ray quite a bit. However, these cards suck. So the problem with a lot of the Vision heroes, and kind of like I was saying with something like Increase, is that you have to tribute hero monsters to get these guys out, which then, kind of decreases your value for whatever you're getting from them. So the reason why Increase is so good, obviously, is because you can special summon a Vision hero monster from your deck. So you usually get Vion, you get more value based off of just one tribute summon and that special summon. However, with things like Minimum Ray, you just get to destroy a level 4 or lower monster on your opponent's side of the field, which of course with extra decks, that doesn't necessarily even matter outside of synchro summoning. And on top of that too, most things outside of maybe, let's say, Zodiac right now, their main deck monsters either float, they rotate out, a lot of them just do a lot of stuff, So Minimum Ray is probably the better of these three because you can destroy something, so you're still kind of getting value from that. It's not that great. And Multiply Guy just gives you attack points. Again, GX level modulation of attack points. Maybe can help you with OTKs, but does that really matter? I don't necessarily even think so. And Poisoner just halves the attack of a monster, which again, I understand why the cards do the things they do. Obviously, they're trying to synergize with the rest of the Vision heroes. Obviously, they're trying to half the attack points so that Vision or Trinity is more damage, or trying to destroy cards, maybe for Witch Raider, trying to make it more of like a, oh, I'm going to destroy and spot removal the board kind of thing. Realistically speaking, and playing these cards inside of a normal hero deck or even a normal Vision hero deck really isn't that great. So that's why I'm going to put them inside the C tier. They're not as bad as the Spell or Trap card of the archetype, but they're still pretty underwhelming. Again, though, some of the coolest artwork, some of the very much the cooler artwork, which I like a lot. And I can see these cards being used in the anime. Anyways, next we're going on to Vision Hero Trinity. Trinity is going to be an A tier. Now, the really unfortunate part about Trinity is that it actually really just reminds me of Trinity format inside of Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is extremely unfortunate. We might get into that topic into a later date, but not in this video. Oh my god. Now, in more monster-centric formats, Vision Hero Trinity is actually a beast. This dude is 5,000 attack points. It can attack 3 times, usually for game. When you're summoning this monster, you're pushing for game, but even then you can also clear boards with it. You get 3 monsters, 3 big monsters. You just bing, bang, boom, you slap them all down. Now, it's not necessarily even better than things, let's say, like Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, which can attack multiple monsters, but it's really, really good, especially against cards like, back in the day, the formats with like Galatea, wherever the cards were co-linked and linked. So then you could just attack over the Galatea, it couldn't be destroyed by battle, so you just hit it 3 times and slap your opponent for game. This card was actually pretty solid. And on top of that too, let's say you don't necessarily want to just, use your other hero monsters to help clear the board. Well, then you can just use Vision Hero Trinity to slap 3 monsters down, do a bunch of damage, and then finish off your opponent with the remaining card. In addition to that, you could also mass change this fool into something like Anki. So after you're done dismantling your opponent's board and hitting them for a lot of damage, you can then swing for Anki for game. 1400 attack points to the face might be actually pretty good. So that's why I'm going to be putting Vision Hero Trinity inside of A tier. Only 2 more Vision Heroes to go. If you guys have watched this far and you are not subscribed yet, please do so if you guys like this video and you want to see more hero content. In addition to that, make sure to leave a like. If this video gets, let's say, 50 likes, we'll release the Destiny Hero tier list video, and that one might be a little more complicated to talk about and might take a little bit longer, but there's a lot of cool Destiny heroes and a lot of cool thoughts and opinions that I have on them. Anyways, let's move on to Vision Hero Vion, one of the OG Vision Heroes that we've had for so long before the new Vision Hero support. Are you guys surprised that he's inside of S tier? Probably not. In fact, I'd actually even maybe put him slightly better than Vision Hero Ferris, but I don't know. They're so back and forth. Vision Hero Ferris can special summon himself to get his things going, and really with Vision Hero Ferris in one card, you get a lot of really great combos, including summoning out Vion. Vion, though, has been the facilitator for a lot of things, and even other decks has been a good combo extender for like Dark Warrior builds, obviously with things like Brongo Miniad back in the day. Vision Hero Vion could send things like Malicious to the graveyard and then boom, get your combos going with Izzle back to Wizzle, 2 Tails of the Noble Knights. In addition to that, gets you Polymerization to your hand. You can send to your graveyard something like Shadow Mist to search any type of hero card you need to. This guy facilitates so much in the hero deck, and it's insane. This thing is a hand trap magnet. But the cool thing is about this card is that when it goes off, it goes off. And it's not necessarily one of those cards, people are like, oh, when this combo happens, it's insane. No, this card is very solidly good, and it's a very good 3-of that's searchable, things like Stratos. And now it's even summonable by things like Ferris and Increase. It can also be mass changed into Darklaw or Anki. You can also use it as fusion material. You can also use it as link material. It's an insane card that you gain a lot of value from. So S tier, definitive. Last but not least, we're going to be talking about Vision Hero Witch Raider. Vision Hero Witch Raider is an interesting card to me because I think it's one of the cards we've had for a pretty long time. This one in Vion, right? Vision Hero Witch Raider is kind of funny to me because on one hand, it's good in certain formats, and on the other hand, it's also good inside of Duel Links, somewhat. But Vision Hero Witch Raider, the final Vision Hero, I'm gonna be putting inside of B tier. Not that exciting. Pretty anticlimactic, honestly. You can use the Vision Hero monsters to sacrifice to summon this card. Inside of Duel Links, you can play this card inside of, or back whenever I played Duel Links, I guess, you could play this card inside of like trap-based decks to get a bigger body out. Destroys cards on the field, which is really cool, and it's got a lot of attack points. The only big problem is that it takes way too many trap cards to summon this thing, and why would you summon this thing when you can summon literally anything else? The only reason why I'm not putting it inside the C tier with the other essentially non-relevant Vision Hero cards is because of legacy, because of respect. I put it inside the B tier. Plus, it's got cool artwork. If we had to list these things based off artwork, this list would be completely different. But for now, this is where the Vision Heroes are going to lie inside of this tier list. Let me know what you guys think of this inside the comment section down below. You guys agree with this list? You guys hate this list? What do you guys think of the Vision Heroes overall, and what new support? This is an important question. What new support do you guys think that Vision Heroes could get to maybe even be their own standalone hero deck? That'd be really cool. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. If you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. I got a lot more videos coming out of the pipeline, so stay tuned for that if you'd like to. But yeah, that's all I got to say about the Vision Heroes. Peace out.